What stands out in this document?
When you look at the document, thank you viewers for allowing us to be on Citizen Live this time. When you look at this thing, one, it is a reaction towards President Uhuru Kenyatta, a personal reaction that I'm out of Jubilee, I'm out of government, then I want to be that different person. Two, when you look at the economic narrative that the hustler movement has really made everybody believe, you don't see it here. You see it on rallies, but when you look at it critically, you find that it's not there. Three, when you look at the question of the funding of this mega manifesto, you find out that the funding is not provided for. The argument here is that they will reorganize the funds that are already there, remove them from where they think there's a wastage of resources that have been put there, and put them into the bottoms-up approach. But the modalities of that reorganization seems not to be there. Reorganization can be by reducing and having a lean government. But when you look at this thing, it's a monster that is going to expand government. They are creating positions to put independence of the Attorney General's office. I don't know how. Whether they are going to create a constitutional amendment to allow creation of the Attorney General's office as a constitutional office, because as it is now, legally, it has all the powers that it has. They are also talking about the judiciary.
Yes, and we'll get into, the entrenchment of the independence of the judiciary and what have you. But as we get into unpacking this document, the manifesto gives us details on, how this will be delivered. But in terms of the fact that the country is dealing with a 3.2 trillion budget that is currently available, we're looking at a huge debt overhang. Where is this money going to come from? And I think that is what Kenyans are asking. There's a huge debt overhang. So I want to get your individual thoughts on this. Where will the money to execute or fund these proposals come from? I think let's begin with Danstan as we get the thoughts of the other panelists.
Yeah, the question of, one, the foreign debt, the question of the cost of living, the question of how Kenyans are living is an element of where will we get this money so that we close that financial gap. It is not provided for. Neither is it provided in Azimio manifesto, because that is the reality that until we get a way to get local resources to fund our projects, because when Kenya Kwanza is saying they are going to reduce on infrastructure, mega projects, and go to small projects like agriculture and others. What will be the long-term effect? Because unless we continuously put more resources into infrastructure, that is the only element that will produce the cash that we have that will turn later into the pockets. In the Azimio manifesto, they really put it very clear that they will inject more money in the question of infrastructure. William Ruto is saying that there is a lot of money that is wasted. He's trying to say that gaps in the anti-corruption crusade, because everybody is identifying that there is money. The leak starts from non-fighting corruption. But when you look at here, the instruments that they have put to make sure that corruption is not there is only reorganization and giving autonomy of institutions that do investigative and decision-making of the judiciary. So in my own view, the question of where this money is coming from has also failed. Gloria might be telling us where they will get that money from in simple terms, so that my villager in Nyamira can understand where is this money going to come? I've not seen any instrument in terms of the KRA empowerment. I've not seen any instrument here. They are saying they will either raise taxes. I've not seen any, because everything here, 95% will come from KRA. The question about bilateral agreements and foreign funding has not been addressed, as the question Musalia has always been telling us that we have overborrowed. Kenya is being auctioned because we have overborrowed. What are the instruments in this manifesto that clearly tells us that we are now going to stop borrowing?
Right.